We all love a challenge, right? I'm Ashley Payne Jenkins, and this is True Style 40, and we have a challenge. It is on, and this is the finished product. I have drugstore products on one side of my face and high-end and department store products on the other side of my face. Can you tell which is which? Well, if you want to find out, stay tuned and you'll find out. Okay. All right, so I am fired up about this challenge. And it's funny because my daughter will watch YouTube and there'll be two guys challenging each other to do some crazy trick or eat something disgusting. And I'm like, why do you watch this? And then all of a sudden, when I decided to do this, I was like, this is like a challenge. Like, I need to go find makeup at the drugstore that's still good, not a lot of toxins, looks good, will wear for long hours, that are just as good or almost as good as high-end or department store. So I'm headed to CVS right now because I got that coupon in the mail and I'm very excited about that. And if I can't find things there, I might head over to Target. So it will be Walmart or something like that, so you can find, even possibly at the grocery store, places that you will be able to find these products. Okay, so I'm on the way. This is one brand I've heard a lot about because it's supposed to target lines and wrinkles. It's CoverGirl and it's mixed with Olay, Simply Ageless. But the reason why I don't want to get it is because I've heard Almay definitely is known to be much more clean. I found something that I'm kind of excited about because this is supposed to adjust to your skin color. It's really hard sometimes when you can't sample, although you can return, but you can't get the right color. But Almay, and what I wanted to do is show you the ingredients, but they're so tiny. I'm gonna have to read them at home because I don't have my readers. I'll have to open it up. But I found a couple of foundations I really want to try, so I'm trying to narrow that down right now. I really wanted to try one of these. These are the Instant Age Rewind Erasers, and they're supposed to be great, but unfortunately, because they have not restocked in a long time here, you can see they don't have any colors to choose from. I think you've heard me talk about this a little bit. This brand over here, I really like, LA Girl. Now, as far as how clean they are, I don't know, but their eyeliners are awesome. They have great waterproof eyeliners, but they don't have the colors I want, so I'm really bummed. There's a lot of great reviews. It's Milani, and it's $10.99, but the first thing that I noticed right here, which would kind of make it exciting, but at the same time, I'm not big on that, adding fragrances, and it says tropical coconut scented. So I'm just gonna say no. Okay, if you watched my live, you know where I have been. I've been at CVS and buying all kinds of drugstore makeup. What's gonna happen? Why I really wanted to do this is because people have been asking about different products, comparison, which is really better, which is really natural, which is organic, which is, you have all these questions. And I really like this whole concept because let's just say maybe you're getting ready to go out of town and you're a mom, so you end up packing for your kids, and then maybe you're married and your husband says he doesn't have time to pack. Could you help him grab a couple things? And so you last minute throw all your stuff in a bag and you get to your destination and gosh, everybody has everything they need except mom doesn't have her makeup. Let's just say that could happen. I mean, this is all hypothetical. Anywho, so what we're gonna do is on this side of my face, I am going to use drugstore makeup. And I'll try to go through each one and kind of talk about the price comparison. And the other side, I'm going to use products that are department store or high-end that are a little bit more expensive. But I have used over the years and I love them because they have less ingredients in them. They might be a little less toxic. And then let's just see what the drugstore has to offer as far as being a little more healthy, meaning no parabens, no toxic ingredients or fragrances or things like that that might bother you. All right, so we'll get started on this side. What I've done is I've cleansed my face and I went ahead and hydrated so we can have an even canvas. We can talk about drugstore skincare later versus high-end. We'll do that in another video, but for now, I have basically just cleansed my face and we're ready to go. So on both sides of my face, I'm gonna start with foundation. So on the right, what I found was, and it sounds wonderful, this is Almay. Almay has always been one of those dermatology tested, less ingredients. This one says it does have sunblock in it. It doesn't say a whole bunch. It does have all the ingredients in the back, but no fragrances, anything like that. And what I love about this, it was about $16, I think. It is supposed to be a smart shade skin tone matching makeup, meaning that it will blend into your skin. So let's give it a try and see. And I'm going to apply them the same way, just with my fingers on both sides. So this is the right side. It says to use a little bit more, or what I've heard is you should use a little bit more, but see if you have it on right there, it's really white, right? But it's supposed to adjust to my coloring. And the thing that's so great about this is in the drugstore, you can't always get samples. Now you can return things to drugstores. I think a lot of people don't know that, but by the time, who has the time to try something, take it back, wrong color, try another one. And plus it's wasting a lot of products, even though you're paying for it. So right now I have that on. I will tell you, doesn't really have a smell, feels really good. Nice and hydrating. We'll see how much coverage it comes up with. And so the one I'm going to compare it to is one that I really love, Josie Maran. This is she calls it the Vibrancy. It has argan oil in it, which is very hydrating and very clean product. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it on this already, except for the dog hair on me. They pretty much feel very similar. I'm not using a brush or anything today because I just wanted to use our fingers again, saying if we didn't have all the things we needed, if we were away and had to purchase all these last minute. I did not put the foundation on my eye. I'm trying to go halfway on my nose. And already we can see they both have a very dewy, luminous, what I love for aging skin, coverage. Did I get down here? Trying to keep it up the midline. Okay. So out of the gate, that's where we are. For a drugstore under eye concealer, what I did is this one has a little bit of highlighter and a concealer. This is the brand e.l.f. And I know a lot of makeup artists love this line. And I have to say, I've used some of their brushes and different things. I do like some things. I'm not very familiar with what's in there. I mean, I need to look it up sometime because I don't know what all is in there as far as their being healthy but looking, all the ingredients are listed. The first couple do not water, I mean, obviously there's some mineral oil in this one, different things, but we're going to go for it. Now, the reason why I chose this one is because the concealer I'm going to use has both highlighter and concealer. So I'm going to start with this, just tap it in, and let's see how much it brightens underneath the eye, which I do like that. What is up with all these dog hairs? Okay, so I like that. It's really got a nice little brightening to it. And then I might save this till the very end and put on, well, no, let's just go for it now. Why not? Okay. And it looks like, wow, I likey. It feels good. It's not settling into my lines, and it's definitely brightening it. Okay, so now let's go to the other side. The reason why I use both of those is because the concealer that I'm using is Charlotte Tilbury. Off the top of my head, I can't think what the price is, but this is the Magic Away Liquid Concealer. And I do love this. Little crank here, and I am just going to tap it. And you can see it's a brightening and concealing at the same time. I put it on and then I just tap it in with my finger. Now what I might also do, just one second. Okay, so I have both the concealers on, and I have to be honest with you, they both feel very nice. So far so good. Wow. I'm going to find out a little bit more about e.l.f. because I'm not really sure how clean e.l.f. is, but for the price, I think maybe that was $6 for a highlighter and concealer. Now I did notice there were little tiny specks, and I can't see them right now, of more like a glitter. I mean, not glitter, maybe those really tiny. I like sheen versus like actual glitter. So we will see if over time, if that settles in or anything, but so far so good. Now I would say, let's go ahead and go for the bronzer. Now with bronzer, I'm gonna do on this side, I have used this and I get this often for my daughter. It is the Physicians Formula. I usually get her the butter bronzer because that's a little more shimmer. This is just, oh, it even comes with a little brush in here, so that's great. We can even try it if we want. Let's try it and see if we can work with the little brush it comes with. I think this was like $14. It doesn't have a scent or anything to it, but what I wanted to do is just kind of bronze these areas, use it as kind of a contour and bronze and all in one. I like to bring it across and over my nose in the summertime just to give it more of a, you know, summer beachy. I've been to the beach, look. Wow, and I do love the color. I have to say that's really nice. This was the medium to dark. So we started with that. Again, Physicians Formula, I like their products and I let my 13-year-old use them. So I'm gonna use the MAC. Now, people go back and forth with MAC. I just think it's a great product. All of their things. I like the pigments in them. I think the price is pretty fair. This one, I don't know how similar in color these two are gonna be, but I do know I have used this bronzer forever and ever. Give me sun. And I would choose sometimes doing the MAC over doing, I hate to sound terrible, but like Tom Ford. Those bronzers are so expensive. There's one from Chanel that's a cream bronzer that I love, but it's $50. And what happens if we put it in our purse and we lose it or something like that? So again, between the two, right now, pretty darn similar. Actually, I might even like the looks of this one. If it stays, there's a bronzer. So let's hop over to our eyes. So we're not buying a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of that, same thing we used a minute ago, the highlighter, and just use it all over my eye. Why not? Look at that. Just put it on and rub it in. See what happens. We'll let it dry down a little bit and then I'll put a little bit of bronzer over that because look how it just kind of brightened my eye. Then I'll use the same, what did I do with her? Charlotte on this eye, just to brighten it up, especially getting in that corner. Oh my gosh, what is up with the darkness in the corner and up to the brow? Somebody asked me, like, definitely, what do we get for brows? Now, I can tell you right now, this I like the look of better than this, if we're not using it like an eyeshadow. Brows from the drugstore. I was really excited about this because I have her that Neutrogena. This is a pencil and it's got a little brush at the other end. Neutrogena just has always been one of those brands, again, that dermatologists recommend all the time. That doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't have chemicals in it, but it's made by Johnson & Johnson. You know, I get the baby shampoo and all that stuff. This is a wax pencil. It does say it may contain titanium dioxide and mica. A lot of people try to avoid mica, but that's really hard because in eyeshadows, there's always mica. Not always, but. So we are gonna use this. We're gonna first brush. I'm excited about this one. It was about $9 though. Not gonna lie. And I'm just gonna do real gentle little strokes. This was kind of a soft brown color. That's what I usually use. And again, we're going for just kind of a natural look. Throwing it together. Ooh. Huh. Without, with. Go drugstore. I'm liking that. And I'm even gonna go put a little bit on it as a liner on my eye. Call me crazy. It's not really dark, but it's got a nice little color to it. Maybe a little bit down here. Okay. Maybe just a little bit. Now let's use our other pencil, which is one that I use all the time. Benefit, I think they have a great, this is, let's see, Precisely my brow pencil. This one's great because I love the spoolie and I love how tiny that is. Look at that. And I'm gonna go in first, give it a little brush and let's draw a little extra there. I've got some sparse areas and go like we did other side, just little tiny strokes. Give me some brow. This color looks a little bit darker, and so might not be a total comparison, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Kind of digging the Neutrogena. Don't know the staying power or anything like that, but I like it. So let's go back to our lids. So because I said let's just skip the eyeshadow, we're trying to be quick out the door. Let's go back to our bronzer, and I am just gonna make sure we really get the crease. So I'm just getting my bronzer and getting right in here, just to give it a little bit of color. Look at that. I like that. I'm even gonna put a little bit underneath. I've got dark circles today for some reason, but that's pretty. So let's try the other side, and I'm gonna do my MAC bronzer as a shadow. Same thing, just right in the crease. Ooh, that definitely shows more pigment. A little bit underneath. Wait a minute, I didn't put the little line here. Don't know how much that really showed up, but, and you never know. A little pop. Okay, so right now, have brows, have a little under eye concealer, have on the foundation, which I have to say, I am pretty darn impressed with this Almay. This might be like a good find. Before we do cheeks, I have a little bit of blush and mascara. I got this. It's another e.l.f. product, and why I picked it up, it's a matte lip color. And I figured, okay, we've got a liner and everything in one. Now, I'm not sure about the color. Very natural. Very light. I think I had too much coffee. My hands are shaking. So, that's not really fair. I should have got a darker color, because what I was going to do on the other side was, hold on, I lost it. Okay, so the sun's coming out, so it might look a little bit different now, but I have got the Laura Mercier, which one is this? Plumberry. This is a great liner. You can see I didn't pick the same color, so we will have to remedy that. But we'll go back to the drugstore. This is Maybelline, another Superstay Matte Ink Revolutionary. Now, because the colors are just so different, let's try this guy. And I will let you know the price of this as well. Definitely a little pinker, but you know, we'll get the idea. Now, where the fun begins. Let's put on, I found this product, and this is what I was really excited about for my daughter. It's CoverGirl. Now, when you think CoverGirl, you think, oh, that's just a drugstore brand. But they say clean, fresh, cooling glow stick, not tested on animals. So this is marketed towards little girls, and they're trying to make you feel that it definitely is, you know, this clean, they don't say organic or anything, but just be, you know, it might just be that it doesn't have fragrance in it or just something simple. It might still be not as great as other brands as far as the toxic level, but we'll have to do some investigation on this one. But it doesn't really have a smell, but what I love about it, it's got a little, oh my gosh, it feels cool when you put it on, and it's got some pretty color. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Let's just put a little bit on there. And I think actually I might put a little bit on our eye just to pop it up a little bit. And then when the lip dries, I'm going to put it on the lip. I kind of like that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got kind of sheen to it. So on the other side, I'm going to use on our high-end side. This is Becca. This is, I've got to figure out what color it is because I had some in a little traveling thing because I got to the end of my bottle. But this stuff is just really gives you a pop of illumination. And I love highlight. I love highlight. And I love on my drier skin and where there's wrinkles that, I don't know if the sun is really catching that or not. Let's do a little bit there and a little bit up here. I just love the way they feel. Okay, and oh, we need to put a little on our lip to make it even, don't we? So that is much pinker on this side, but we are getting there. So the last thing that I wanted to try, oh, mascara. I'll tell you, again, Essence Lash Princess. This stuff is the bomb. It's like $3.99. I forgot to get some at CVS the other day, so we'll add that into our total cost. But my gosh, this stuff for a drugstore mascara is probably one of my favorite. I mean, just right there. Hello, I've barely done anything, and it is just long, glossy, dark. What else can I say? And that's just, you know, all the things we want. I like volume, I like it to be glossy and dark, and I like my eyelashes to be long. I mean, okay, I'm in love with this stuff. And that's not with a primer or anything. And you know me, I love some primer on my eyelashes. So let's try the other side. And this stuff, okay, everybody loves this one. This is the Caution Extreme Lash Mascara by Hourglass. If you haven't tried it, and someone gives you a gift certificate to Sephora, try it. I do love it. So it'll be interesting to see how this does compared to the other one. Right out of the gate, pretty even. Ooh, I don't know. Doink, doink. Guys, this might be like a total, I don't want to say dupe, but I mean, it is, look at that. This looks like I have that same mascara on both eyes. Shut the door. Okay. Because I love this stuff. Now, you do have to kind of see how it wears because I haven't worn the other one without a primer. But right now, And I'm sorry, I said last thing. One more thing, and I'm so excited about this. I love setting sprays. I love setting sprays. This is Physician Formula. Listen to this. Rosé All Stay. Rosé All Stay. Like that. Illuminating setting spray. You have to shake it. You can even see it at the bottom. Like it's kind of shimmery, which I get so excited. Hypoallergenic, paraben-free, gluten-free, oil-free, dermatologist tested, and cruelty-free. I might just be in love with this. Let's see. Let's give this a try. It smells amazing. Now, what kind of fragrance do we have in here? Of course, I don't have my glasses, so hopefully it's just something natural. I will look more into that because I'm telling you, I like Physicians Formula. And then this Iconic London, it's not like a super, like they don't advertise like they're super clean, I don't think. It's a newer line to me, but I can tell you right now, I have loved this setting spray. Love it. Love it. Did I say I love it? I love it. Okay. So, finished look. As far as the foundation, I think it's a nice light foundation. If I were about to go out, probably what I would do is maybe put a little bit of my darker concealer that I use on some of the spots on my face. But other than that, I'm kind of excited how they look so similar. So we'll get back in just a little bit and make a comparison. All right, so this is the finished look. We're comparing the drugstore to the, let's say, drugstore side to the high-end side. Let's let a little time go by. What do you think, Bobby? Huh? My doggy's sneezing on me. Okay, well, it's been about 6 hours, and I thought I would jump back on before I do my quarantine workout. I'd like to say I take my makeup off every time I do a workout. That is not true. I try to, since I've been at home and stuff, just to have my pores clean, but it doesn't always happen. But a lot of good things, a lot of interesting things as the day has gone on. I think The biggest thing I've realized is, one, I couldn't tell a big difference like walking past the mirror in the middle of the day. I mean, my lipsticks, there's two different colors, but the biggest thing I noticed between the drugstore and the department store is it was much darker. The colors were darker. So I thought, okay, that's not really fair. As the day went on, I was really excited because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm just so in love with this Almay. I thought this is going to be really something great. Well, as the day went on, it started to settle into my lines and creases a little bit more. And I think it's because it has talc in it. Not to say you can't use it if it has talc. I prefer not to use talc. And with that being said, before I talk about some of the other products, if you are starting to really look into natural, clean, organic, or products that are less toxic, not as harmful for you, that you are putting on your body every day, you might want to get an app on your phone. There's Think Dirty. There's also Skin Deep. You can go to the grocery store. You can scan the product you're thinking about buying, and they will put it on a scale and look at the carcinogenics in it, if it's harmful, and they will give you different reasons why they rank it. So some of these products I definitely want to check out because, like I was telling you, I love this setting spray from Physicians Formula. I told you it smells really good. It's fragrance, even though it's hypoallergenic, paraben-free, gluten-free, all those wonderful things. It's something to consider. So for each product, if you have sensitive skin and you can't do fragrance, you might want to look up something like that. Or if you know you don't like talc or specific things, there are brands that are so clean and so wonderful. And I will do some tutorials on some of those, but I will say they are quite expensive. And sometimes because they are using botanicals or essential oils or different things, they might not last as long. It was interesting because I asked my daughter when I was finished, like, can you tell the difference? Which one do you like better? She did gravitate to this side, and I asked why. She said it just looked more fresh and dewy and not as cakey. So I thought that was interesting. And I did the same with my husband, which was probably about 3 or 4 hours after I had everything on. And he said he couldn't see a lot of difference, but definitely under the eye where I use the e.l.f. products. And that is something I want to say because e.l.f., I think, is very popular with young girls. And they have some products that range on the not harmful scale on Skin Deep, but then they have a lot of products that are considered dangerous or toxic or things like that. So with e.l.f., you want to go look at it. A lot of these companies do so much marketing saying they're natural or they're vegan, which is very important if you don't want any animal products in your products. They might say organic, but you really need to get in there and see, like, what are you looking for? What don't you want in your products? So again, look at Think Dirty and Skin Deep. One other thing I wanted to bring up because I was really excited about Neutrogena. I really do like that pencil. I know it's just an eyebrow pencil, but I have bunches of eyebrow pencils, and I was really, really happy with that. So that's Neutrogena pencil. I did want to mention the difference in price. So if you're out of town and you have to pick up all these, drugstore products, it costs right around $62. And the grand total, hold on, give me 1 second. I forgot to add it all up. Oh my gosh. The total for my other products that I used, $240. I will say I've had a bunch of them for a long time. And there are some that need to be thrown away because you shouldn't keep them a long time. But mascaras, things like that, I always throw away. And I think that was something that was huge, these two. So this mascara from Hourglass is $29. Love, love, love it. But I couldn't tell a big difference between that and the Essence Lash Princess, which I did pull up Essence. And it got a little, this actually got a review of low hazard, but some of their other products were not in that safety zone. So if you find something and you have a question about it, let me know. I'd love to do some research for you. If there's other products you want to try or want me to try, let me know. I'll do a little research on that because I love it. I love finding products that are good for you, that we use every day. I'd love to find things that are a good price, that maybe we don't have to spend a fortune unless it's our birthday or something fancy coming up, like if you're about to turn 50. But just let me know. Leave some comments below. You can also, if you subscribe and hit on that bell, you'll know when my next videos are coming up. Also, please tune into my Facebook page. That is also True Style 40, TRUSTYLE 40. So again, $240 for my high-end versus $60 for my drugstore. I think there's some keepers in there. Thanks for joining me.